The duration of our sleep matters. The direction of our sleep matters. And now, the position of our sleep also does matter. Yes, our sleep position matters to our health. It affects everything from the brain to the gut. We know that not getting enough sleep can make us feel about as energetic as a sloth. But if you're logging that recommended 7 to 8 hours of your adulting needs and still waking up feeling lackluster, you might need to reassess what exactly you're doing to your body after the lights go out. Hey, now listen to this ancient Indian adage that has great depth in it. A bhogi sleeps on his belly, a rogi sleeps on his back, a yogi sleeps on the side. Hey, I am so excited to explain you the meaning of this adage. Please chill. I'll make it simple for you. In Sanskrit, bhoga means enjoyment. So a bhogi is the one who is a pleasure seeker. Every action of this person is ultimately aimed towards pleasure. He seeks to please his body by relishing sumptuous food, massage, etc. Similarly, he does things that pleases his mind as well. He wouldn't miss an opportunity of being available for concerts, music, dance, and whatnot. He eats and eats to the point that his head starts rolling and somehow he falls onto the bed, flat on his belly. That's a bogey, sleeping on the belly. Are you a tummy sleeper? If so, do you have problems sleeping? Your slumber pose may not be helping you at all. You're more likely to be restless and toss and turn to get comfortable when you sleep on your belly. It can strain your neck and also your lower back. In my knowledge and my experience, belly sleepers simply do not get good quality sleep, and studies have shown that depletion of sleep leads to craving for more sensory pleasures during one's waking hours. Now, the second is the rogi. Roga means illness. A rogi is a person who's physically unwell. Alternately, this term also refers to a person sick by his mind, tendency to be lethargic, with illusions, neglectful, avoidance, and even delusions. The rogi is someone ill with the body or the mind. If ever you have a backache or a shoulder injury or even a common cold, in all possibilities, you would lie on the back to breathe easily, isn't it? Sleeping on the back, however, have reported to generate low back pain, and people who already have a lower back pain seems to have reported acute worsening of the pain. Not to mention that this sleep position aggravates snoring, which in all respects offers a broken peripheral sleep. And lastly, a yogi. Though yogi ideally means a person who is on the path of yoga, for our convenience here, let's define a yogi as someone with a raised awareness and consciously traversing the path of true nature. It is said that a yogi sleeps on the side. Now take some time to understand this. In the ancient texts of the yoga, three important pathways of breath energy is mentioned: the Ida, the Pingala, and the Shushumna. These are three channels. When I say a channel, then it is not a physical nerve present in the body, but it is a subtle pathway which is running through our whole body. Actually, there are around 72,000 plus subtle nerves, nadis, in the human body. Nadi means flow channels in our subtle body, not in this physical body made of bones, muscles. So if you cut anybody, you will never find a Ida, Pingla, or even a Shushumna. But of these 72,000 nadis, 10 are the most important. And out of these 10, 3 are much more important, and those are Ida, Pingala, and Sushumna. Ida can be called the lunar or the cool one. Pingala is the solar, which can also be called the fired channel. And Sushumna is actually in between Ida and Pingala, and it opens up just for a few seconds when you shift your breathing from the Ida to the Pingala. Actually, all the functions, psychological, muscular, skeletal, anatomical, are being controlled by the Ida, Pingala, and the Sushumna. You will find a detailed explanation to this amazing concept in the deep breathing and the rhythmic breathing videos too. For now, let's understand that the body is almost symmetrical from the external view, though with a marginal offset internally. So, when we breathe from the left nostril, the lunar part of our being, the cooler, the calmer, the composed, and the feminine personality traits, they get activated along. And when we breathe from the right nostril, the solar part of our being, the warm, the forceful, the aggressive, the masculine traits gets activated along. Though our body alternates between the lunar, Ida, and the solar, Pingala, to maintain a balance, forcefully activating them can manifest the qualities of the respective side too. So, obviously, when we turn towards the left and sleep, the left part gets dominant and triggers the lunar, the cooler feminine within us, which opens the gate of a deep sleep possibility. So the next time you intend to get a deep sleep, try lying on the left side of your body and also consciously take deep breaths from the left nostril by forceful closure of the right nostril, and do this 20 times in one go. Take a break for 10 seconds and repeat two more sets like this. I would recommend you to parallelly listen to the guided Yoga Nidra audio with the left breathing exercises for improved benefits. Also, according to yoga, sleeping on your left side, also called Vamkushi, is the best sleeping position. Sleeping on the left side contributes to your health by making the work of your organs easy. Not just this, there are over 100 health benefits that sleeping on your left side provides. Some of the important health benefits are that our heart is on the left side, and when you sleep on the same side, the lymph drainage towards the heart is helped by gravity taking some workload off the heart while you sleep. Sleeping on the left side allows the gravity to encourage the food waste to move more easily from the small intestine into the larger intestine. So, with the help of gravity and good sleep, the descending colon is full of waste and ready to get eliminated from the body easily. You may not believe that sleeping to your left actually helps in reducing and even stopping snoring. The reason behind it is that sleeping on your left keeps your tongue and the throat in a neutral position and thus keeps your airways clear for you to be able to breathe properly. Just to mention, sleeping on your back may make snoring even worse and breathing difficult. Spleen is a part of the lymphatic system which is also on the left side. Spleen, in addition to filtering lymph, also filters blood. So when you lay on your left side, drainage back to the spleen is helped and made easier by gravity, helping the lymph to drain to the heart and the spleen with gravity is good for your body. Now, apart from these major health benefits, there are other health benefits that include relieving neck and back pain, helping in purifying toxins from the body, preventing many serious illnesses, improving the function of kidney and the liver, preventing acidity and heartburns, and impacting the brain positively as well. While the above reasons justify why you should sleep on the left side, it might be a bit uncomfortable for you to suddenly change the way you have been sleeping all this while. But take your time, because ultimately getting a good sleep, whichever way it may be, is crucial for your health. It is also important to choose the right kind of mattress to ensure a good quality sleep. If you plan to sleep on your side, pick up a soft mattress, as it can put pressure on your hips and your shoulders. Also, you should choose a mattress that allows your spine to rest in its natural alignment. Else, you may be waking every morning with unnecessary aches and pains. Hey, so that was a flood of ideas on the best position to sleep for a deep and relaxed sleep. That's all for you in this video. See you in the next video.